Alright, welcome to Mechanic Gaming, and today the random number generator gave me Double Dragon 3. Not for the Genesis, not the NES version, but the PC version. Just to make a note, I did enjoy both the Genesis and NES versions. Although I did enjoy the first two Double Dragon games much better, with the NES ones being my favorites outside the actual arcade game. So, answer Double Dragon 3. Here's a little cutscene to start it off, which starts to explain the story. Anyways, what the goal is here you are. And this type of game isn't one I'm particularly good at, but I noticed rather quickly after playing this for a while, I'm just showing my first attempts at trying to figure out the controls for the game. The controls, if you're using the keyboard, which is how I tend to rate most PC games, considering mouse and keyboard are the standard methods of control, rather atrocious. And using DOSBox, I can do some remapping of the controls, but the game itself, it doesn't seem like there's an easy way to remap the controls. The game does play somewhat better with a gamepad. If you're playing this on original hardware, then you just need to make sure you have a supported gamepad. What I noticed rather quickly, as long as you just spam jump kicks and punches, you'll do fine in the game once you get the hang of the timing. Don't even bother kicking, because even though it looks like your kick's going farther than your punch, it somehow doesn't connect. Jump kicks and punches is the name of this game. There are some shops scattered throughout where you can buy different items using your coins. I'm not sure why they have fake coins in there, which you do gain by beating up people. An arcade game is actually to get people to pump in coins so they could end up gaining different power-ups and such and extra lives by pumping more money into the game. And we'll go over who published this game and developed it when it was released. Released in 1992 for MS-DOS in the US. Published by Storm Trade West and developed by East Technology Corporation. It's your standard 2D beat-em-up game. You can move in and out of the backgrounds, and you do have weapons you can pick up on the ground, as well as some aspects of the environment that are you can interact with. But what we're rating today is not the Genesis version or the NES version, but the PC one. As far as the graphics go there, it looks like Double Dragon. It actually a pretty faithful conversion as far as graphics go from the arcade. And the sound is what you'd expect from a 1992 PC game. Not a whole lot going on. The problem is you have some interesting levels that are varied. The problem is simply the controls on the PC version are clunky at best, and at times seem either seem to be lagged in their response, or they seem like they don't even register. And you'll pull it up and it'll look like you hit the person. You'll take a screenshot of a leg clearly going through the person, but you'll have odd cases where it just doesn't seem to connect like as it should. Basically what you have here is an MS-DOS port of an arcade game where the true market for this game wasn't the PC. It was the consoles at the time, the NES and the Genesis. So this was an afterthought just like the other versions of this, which are the Commodore 64, Amiga, Amstrad PC, and Atari ST versions. They're all afterthoughts to try to get a little bit more money out of the game by covering a few more markets, but given the lack of a market there, less time were put into the DOS and the other computer ports. So what you end up with is something that looks like it's good on the surface because it's Double Dragon, but at the end you end up with a below average side-scrolling beat-em-up that leaves you more frustrated than anything, given if this game is just called generic ninja dude kicks some random people up and kicks some random ass in the street. Should be a horrible title, but it probably wouldn't piss me off as much as it does. So I'm going to strip away the whole Double Dragon label when rating this game. And as a side-scrolling action beat-em-up game, it does fall in the below average category. It's not absolute trash. It's not obviously not getting a 1. It's not that bad. And if I was 8 years old and got this sort of computer, I'd probably get a few hours of enjoyment out of it. But I also got a few hours of enjoyment out of games like Alcatraz and some games that are pretty bad in retrospect. So we're going to give this a 2 out of 5, below average. And going over to our list, what we have at the moment, this is the 11th game going on that list. And in the 2s, we have Firewatch, then Witchhaven, and then Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the PC. All 3 of those are PC games. And I hate to say it, but this has a lot of the same issues as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, except it is a more fun game with better thought out levels and a more coherent, albeit a bit cheesy storyline. So we're going to put it at number 10 out of 11 on the list, between Witchhaven and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So I hope you enjoyed the reviews. I'll be publishing as many of these as I can until I get good at doing this. But hopefully I'm providing enough information, or if you're interested in buying a 1992 PC game, it's a side-scrolling action beat-em-up. Unless you're just a huge Double Dragon fan and own nothing but a PC, and this is the only game you have access to because you have an ancient DOS PC, I would just pass it up. Or if you're a collector of the series, buy it, and if it's in the shrink wrap, just leave it in the wrapping. Put it in a frame or something. It does have a pretty cool looking box for the time, but the game itself is nothing special. And if he gets stuck playing this fat guy that's on the screen now, I'm not sure what he's doing. This little jump like I'm riding a bicycle thing at people. But somehow, even though his legs aren't even extended, it seems like it has about as much effectiveness as your main protagonist. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and if I got anything wrong, just let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to add an addendum. Have a great day.